What happens when you combine Slay the Spire with Overwatch? Okay, so let me tell you a tale. One day, my friend and I were sitting in Discord like... He's into TCGs, I'm into roguelikes and meshing concepts together that don't belong together. And by the power of our two Unga Bunga brain cells combined, we came up with this idea for a card game that is also a first-person action RPG. With an idea born, we brainstormed a bit and decided to call it a night. Or so I thought, but as I lay there, my mind was haunted by visions of how this idea might actually spin out. And after 3 or so hours of trying to sleep with no success, I got up, booted up my game engine of choice, and started hacking away at it. And as the sun rose and its rays pierced my eyes, I didn't have too much. What do you expect? Game development takes a lot of time. But I had taken the template first-person shooter game in Unreal Engine and added a very basic card game. Drawing, shuffling, playing, repeat. Ship it. Funny enough, I've been working as a game dev for a few years now. You'd think I've made a few games in that time. Nope. I've worked on remakes, ports and remasters. I've worked on games, but I didn't get to be part of the creation of one myself. So this is me changing that. I had a bunch of projects in the past. They never amounted to anything big. I'd get excited about an idea, work on it for a bit, then get tired. Or I'd work with people I just didn't vibe with. Maybe because nobody shared my excitement for the idea or its potential, eventually all projects would just fizzle out. So, on the one hand, I'd like to get people excited for the vision I have and get their thoughts and feedback. On the other hand, I'd like to keep myself accountable and document what I've done. Sometimes, when it seems like you're stuck, looking back on all you've accomplished so far is the best motivation to keep pushing ahead. Speaking of the vision though, all journeys start with the first step. But, unless you're wandering aimlessly for the fun of it, it is important to know where you're headed. So, here's the elevator pitch. I want to make a game where players can build a deck of cards to fight together or against each other in a first-person action RPG style of game. This implies multiplayer. So implementing everything with networking in mind from the start will be important. Now that we know where we are headed, here's the plan. The first objective in any game's development is making a minimum viable product and finding the fun. That means getting to work on a lot of the basic game systems and making them fast and clean to work with. A good basis saves you a lot of time while prototyping, especially when it comes to figuring out why your prototype isn't working the way you want it to. If video editing me sticks to the plan that script writing me wrote, you should have seen some footage of what I cooked up so far. It's been a month since, and I'd like to think that I've made solid progress. When will this reach minimum viable product? I don't know. At the time of writing the script, I'm working on the first few enemies and the tutorial missions. It is rough and unfinished, and still doesn't have the game feel I'm looking for yet. But it's going in the right direction. Good things take time, after all. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. AI in games is controversial, to say the least. Don't we all know somebody whose job was taken by AI? In the past month of work, I've been using AI mostly for placeholder art. Personally, I think they're great productivity tools, but I don't like their impact on the environment. On the other hand, real art is expensive. Maybe somewhere down the line, if people want that, I'll open a Patreon or a Kickstarter. But for now, the best thing you can do to help me out is subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend who might also be into that kind of stuff, and maybe join my Discord server, where I post dev updates pretty much daily. I believe that wraps it up for today's video. Your assignment for the day, dear viewer, leave your wackiest card ideas in the comments. Who knows, I might just implement them. Until then, I've been Fennel, and thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and make it an awesome one.